Hello, hello, hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and we are painting flowers. Anybody surprised? No. I had someone ask me to paint pink flowers, so I had a yellow, bright yellow, almost orangey yellow background, and here we are. So we are painting pink flowers on this background. So Owen helps me paint the backgrounds with the hand-over-hand method, and then I paint the rest. I feel like I'm out of sorts today. There's some days that just everything seems like it's something. And today, oh, this is an uneven canvas, so it's going to make lots of noise as I paint. Today was just one of those days where no matter what, oh, and I'm okay, see, I'm going to hit the camera too, so you guys are going to go for a ride. It just felt like everything I did was not like when I should have done it. Just out of sorts all day long today. I don't know if it's because of we had the eclipse or what, but it felt like that. And I woke up this morning and several things had happened, and then I started thinking about my brother and a few other things that everything just keeps changing. And I lost my brother in 2021, and I started thinking about how the years have gone by now. It's not just like a few days, a few months, it's now a few years. And they, say change is not something that happens overnight and that you can accept and move forward. But, it's more real the further it gets away from all those moments. And so when I think about it, it's like it's even harder sometimes than it was, because I still don't have my brother. I still don't have the things that were in my life, and just everything changing. And that's hard for Owen too, because he doesn't understand change, and he doesn't understand when, like, my brother isn't here anymore. And he asks for him all the time, and he asks for people that he can't see anymore. He can't see them. And so when someone's gone, how do you explain that? How do I even begin to look at something and let him know? I get at a loss for how to. And he'll ask for him, like, just so randomly, and it's, I don't know, Owen can read me really well. Let's just say he probably can tell my moods better than I can tell my moods sometimes. And so I feel like he knows sometimes when I've been thinking about him, or thinking about different circumstances or different parts of it. And so he will just bring him up, and it's probably the same as me. I'm thinking about all of those moments, so I know it's got to be the same type of thing. It's just hard to explain to him that we can't just have him come. We can't just call him up or get him to answer or do something. So that's kind of where I'm at today, and it's just some days that's harder. Grief is a beast. I always say grief is just a beast, because you think you've got a handle on it, and you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like, I feel like Owen sometimes, like when we had the tornadoes that passed through here and the really bad storms and everything, our power was out for days, and his school was closed and everything like that. And I feel like he has a grief. He can process the grief. I know that he's feeling something like that, but I don't know if he understands that he is in that moment, like if that's something that he is comprehending. And it will show in different ways for him, with like behavioral issues or something else that he can't even comprehend or explain. So I don't know how do you process grief when that's not something that you know exists? I don't even know that that's the right term, because I'm sure he gets it too. It makes my heart hurt because I don't even know how to think about it with him. Because I know he wants to see people. I know he wants to see my brother. I know he wants to see other people that we've lost. But we can't. And I don't know terminology. Because a lot of times, like, when he couldn't go to school, he understands that he says the school is broken. And so he told me the leprechauns were going to fix the school. And that's how he processed it. So when we look at terms and we look at things that are associated with that, how do you move to a point where you can explain something that is so hard to even explain? So, I like to overthink it all, but I would love to be able to explain it, because I'll say something to him like he can't see Uncle Richard, and then he'll tell me, maybe next time, he'll say, and I just eventually go along with it because I can't just keep telling him that he's never going to see him again, even though that's what I tell him. It's just so hard to explain. But I am also here in the grief, and it is so hard to explain. So even though I understand my brother's gone, I don't get it at all. So how do you explain that, you know? I don't know, but I just keep telling Owen that it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So, we've got the pinks. I should have been doing the blues tonight because I'm singing the blues. But Owen had a pretty good day. He hit a few moments of behaviors, but sometimes I think he's it's more of a challenge of a behavior than an actual, like, he's trying to, it's kind of like the grief thing. He's trying to figure out how to process what he can handle and what he can do, and how to not get in trouble, or how to get in trouble, or how to, and since he doesn't really know, I think sometimes that's what he does, is he just goes through and says, okay, I'm gonna try this. So we got lots of wild flowers here. So I think we're about done. Oh, and then I can cry myself to sleep. Oh, not really. really. I'm going to fall asleep pretty quickly tonight, I think. Owen and I were both tired today. He had his music therapy, and his therapist asked if he slept pretty good last night, and he did, but we both woke up tired, so I feel like I need a few more greens, even though I don't really need any more greens. So I sign O for Owen, and then L and B. So there we go. All right, thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Have a great rest of yours. Toodles.